There's the knee, and then you've got the little calf muscles.
Australia has always been a land of mystery. It sits isolated in the Southern Hemisphere, with vast deserts, lush rainforests, and ancient reefs. This unique continent, home to the world's oldest cultures and rare wildlife, hides secrets waiting to be uncovered. Scientists are now making new discoveries that shock the world, from deadly plants to lost species. Watch on as we count down 10 recent surprising findings in Australia that reveal its hidden wonders. Each discovery will amaze you, but number one will leave you speechless. So let's check out these incredible breakthroughs together and see what Australia has been hiding. Number 10. Venomous cone snails from Australia. Australia's Great Barrier Reef hides a deadly secret: venomous cone snails. These small marine creatures, about 10 to 15 centimeters long, live in the reef's shallow waters, often buried in sand or tucked under rocks. With colorful cone-shaped shells, they look harmless, but their sting can kill. In 2024, underwater photographer Liz Hardacre spotted a rare textile cone snail at Minnie Water, New South Wales. During daylight, a sighting experts call unusual since these snails hunt at night. The textile cone, one of 133 species in Queensland's reefs, uses a harpoon-like tooth to inject venom with over 100 neurotoxins. This venom paralyzes prey like fish and worms in seconds, but can cause severe pain, numbness, and even respiratory failure in humans. Globally, cone snails have caused 141 injuries and 36 deaths, including a 1935 fatality on Hayman Island, the only recorded death in Australia. Recent studies show warming oceans are pushing textile cones south, with only 60 sightings reported between the Gold Coast and Southwest Rocks in the last 20 years. Professor Stephen Smith from Southern Cross University notes that climate change is increasing these sightings, making caution vital. No antivenom exists, so immediate medical help is critical for stings. Swimmers and snorkelers should avoid handling these snails, especially in popular spots like Minnie Water's rock platforms. Now, let's uncover a discovery that takes us back thousands of years to a time when giant creatures roamed Australia's lands. Number 9. Giant four-legged kangaroos, discovered in Australia. In 2022, scientists uncovered a surprising twist in Australia's ancient past at Nambe Rock Shelter in Papua New Guinea's Chimbu province. Fossils revealed 2 extinct kangaroo species, including a giant that moved on 4 legs, not 2, surviving until about 20,000 years ago. Named Protemnodon tumbuna, this hefty marsupial weighed up to 170 kilograms, nearly double the 90 kilograms of today's largest red kangaroos. Unlike modern kangaroos, which hop efficiently across vast outback ranges, these giants were less mobile, likely bounding like tree kangaroos in dense rainforests. Paleontologists from Flinders University and Australian National University used new uranium-thorium dating on bones, showing these megafauna lived alongside humans who arrived around 60,000 years ago. The Nambe site, discovered in the 1960s, holds clues to a lush, forested Sahul, far less arid than modern Australia. Why did they survive so long? Sparse human presence in the highlands until 20,000 years ago likely helped, says Professor Tim Denham. Sadly, these kangaroos vanished as the climate dried, unlike their hopping cousins. Another species, Nambe nambe, was recently reclassified as a unique New Guinean lineage with thick jaws for chewing tough leaves. This finding challenges old ideas that all megafauna died out by 40,000 years ago, opening doors to more fossil hunts. But next, we'll dig even deeper into a creature hiding beneath Australia's surface with a record-breaking secret. Number 8. Discovery of first true millipede. Deep in Western Australia's eastern goldfields, a tiny creature broke a world record in 2020. Scientists found Eumillipes Persephone, the first millipede with over 1,000 legs, living 60 meters underground in a mining drill hole. This pale thread-like invertebrate, just 9.5 centimeters long and 1 millimeter wide, boasts 1,306 legs across 330 body segments. Females like the record holder outshine males, who have around 818 legs. Named after the Greek goddess Persephone for its underworld home, it was discovered during an environmental survey by Bruno Buzzato's team at Benelongia Environmental Consultants. They lowered traps baited with leaf litter into 15-centimeter wide holes, pulling up 8 specimens between April 2020 and January 2021. Unlike surface millipedes that eat leaf litter, this eyeless species likely feeds on fungi, using its cone-shaped head and antennae to navigate tight soil crevices. Its many legs generate force to push through narrow gaps, a trait shared with its distant cousin, California's Ilacme planips, which has 750 legs. Genetic tests confirm they're not closely related, showing this super elongation evolved separately. With surface temperatures hitting 46 degrees Celsius, the millipede thrives in stable 22 degrees Celsius groundwater sites. Australia hosts over 2,000 millipede species, but up to 4,000 may remain undiscovered, says CSIRO's Juanita Rodriguez. Mining threatens its habitat, sparking calls for conservation. Let's now explore a massive plant that's been hiding in Australia's oceans for thousands of years. Number 7. Scientists discover largest plant on Earth. In 2022, a team from the University of Western Australia and Flinders University made a jaw-dropping finding in Shark Bay, a World Heritage Site 800 kilometers north of Perth. They discovered the world's largest plant, a single Posidonia australis seagrass, also called ribbonweed, stretching 180 kilometers across 20,000 hectares, 3 times the size of Manhattan. This ancient plant, estimated at 4,500 years old, grew from one seed, spreading through rhizomes like a lawn, sending out runners. Lead researcher Jane Edgelow tested 18,000 genetic markers from samples collected in 2012 and 2019, expecting multiple plants. Instead, they found just one, a clone that thrives in harsh conditions from 15 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius water temperatures and double the usual salinity. Its secret? Polyploidy, where it keeps all chromosomes from its 2 parent species, boosting resilience. Despite a 2010-11 heat wave that killed 36% of Shark Bay's seagrass, this plant is recovering, supporting turtles, dolphins, and fish. Growing up to 35 centimeters yearly, it has outgrown Utah's 43-hectare aspen colony, previously thought to be the largest plant. Ecologist Martin Breed notes its sterility. No seeds, just growth, makes its survival a puzzle, yet minor genetic tweaks help it adapt. This seagrass also stores carbon, aiding climate change mitigation, but warming oceans threaten its future. Get ready for a massive discovery that's been hiding underground for millions of years, reshaping our view of Australia's past. Number 6. The Deniloquin structure. About 445 million years ago, a massive asteroid slammed into what is now southern New South Wales, leaving a scar bigger than any other known on Earth. The Deniloquin structure, centered 32 kilometers northwest of Deniloquin, stretches 520 kilometers in diameter, nearly twice the size of South Africa's 300-kilometer Vredefort crater, the previous record holder. Geologist Tony Yates first spotted odd magnetic patterns in the Murray Basin between 1995 and 2000, hinting at a buried impact site. By 2020, Andrew Glixon's team at the University of New South Wales confirmed it using seismic and magnetic data, revealing a central dome 4 kilometers beneath sediment, formed by the Earth's crust rebounding after the strike. Magnetic readings show ripples in the crust, like waves from a pebble dropped in water, and radial faults spread outward, typical of giant impacts. The structure, part of ancient Gondwana before Australia split off, may have triggered the late Ordovician mass extinction, wiping out 85% of species during the Hernantian glaciation from 445.2 to 443.8 million years ago. That's double the scale of the 170-kilometer Chicxulub crater, which killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. Australia hosts 38 confirmed and 43 potential impact sites, but none match Deniliquin's size. Drilling for shock minerals like Lonsdaleite is needed to confirm the impact, as current evidence relies on surface geophysics. Hold on tight, because next we'll reveal a tiny creature that stunned scientists by surviving against all odds on a remote island. If you're loving this video, give it a like and drop a comment with your thoughts. Which discovery has shocked you most so far? Let us know and keep watching. Number 5. Rediscovery of 80-year unique insect thought to be extinct. On a remote beach in North Bay, Lord Howe Island, 600 kilometers east of Australia, a biology student named Maxim Adams made a stunning discovery in July 2022. Under a single banyan tree, he found Panethia lata, a wingless, wood-feeding cockroach thought extinct since the 1930s. This 2 to 4 centimeter long insect with a shiny reddish-black body was once common across the 1,455 hectare island until black rats, introduced in 1918 via a shipwreck, decimated its population. By the 1960s, surveys found only distant relatives on offshore islets like Ball's Pyramid, 23 kilometers away. Nicholas Carlisle, a senior scientist with the New South Wales Department of Planning and Environment, joined Adams and confirmed families of these rock roaches living among rocks, not logs, likely co-evolving with the ground-foraging Lord Howe Island woodhen. Genetic tests led by the University of Sydney showed this group is distinct from islet populations. The island, older than the Galapagos, hosts 1,600 native invertebrates, half unique to it. Rat control since 2019 has helped, but the cockroach remains critically endangered, with its habitat limited to one tree's base. This finding, the first since 1936, mirrors the 2001 rediscovery of the Lord Howe Island stick insect. Conservationists now plan breeding programs to restore this nutrient recycling species. Prepare to be amazed by a rare bird that vanished for over a century, only to reappear in Australia's wild jungles. Number 4. The owl rediscovered species. In September 2022, a team of scientists on Ferguson Island, 170 kilometers east of Papua New Guinea's mainland, struck gold in Australia's wild jungles. They rediscovered the black-naped pheasant pigeon, a bird unseen by science since 1882. This 46-centimeter-long ground-dwelling bird with a vibrant red-brown body, black nape, and rattling tail was thought extinct due to forest loss. Only 2 specimens collected in 1882 existed in museums. Local hunters on Ferguson, a 1,437 square kilometer volcanic island in the D'Entrecasteaux archipelago, reported rare sightings prompting the search. The team, from the Papua New Guinea National Museum, Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and American Bird Conservancy, set up 20 camera traps across the island's rugged ridges. On September 23, 2022, just 2 days before leaving, a trap at 1,000 meters on Mount Kilkerran captured footage of the pigeon strutting past. Ornithologist Jordan Bursma's elation was palpable as he shared the clip with colleague Doka Nason. The bird's population, estimated at fewer than 1,000, faces threats from logging and mining, earning it a critically endangered status on the IUCN Red List. Unlike Australia's 11 owl species, like the 31-centimeter southern boobook, this pigeon isn't nocturnal but shares their knack for hiding. Conservationists now push for forest protection to save this rare gem. Buckle up for a chilling discovery that proves Australia's rainforests hide dangers as deadly as they are beautiful. Number 3. First hybrid sharks discovered near Australia. In 2011, marine biologists cruising Australia's eastern coastline hit a scientific jackpot. 57 hybrid sharks, the first ever documented, found along a 2,000-kilometer stretch from northern New South Wales to Queensland's far north. These sharks blend the common blacktip, which reaches 2 meters and 130 kilograms, with the Australian blacktip, a smaller 1.6 meter, 90 kilogram species. Dr. Jess Morgan's University of Queensland team confirmed the hybrids through DNA analysis and vertebrae counts. 28 for Australian blacktips, 34 for common, revealing first and second generation crosses. This means they're fertile, unlike sterile hybrids like mules. The Australian blacktip prefers tropical waters above Brisbane, while the common blacktip roams cooler seas down to Sydney. Hybrids, however, thrive in both, hinting they're adapting to oceans warming by 0.7 degrees Celsius since 1901. In some areas, hybrids make up 20% of blacktip populations, yet pure breeds hold steady. Published in Conservation Genetics in 2011, this discovery suggests climate change may push interbreeding, letting Australian blacktips swim south beyond their usual 25 degrees Celsius habitat. Dr. Colin Simpfendorfer says this could reshape shark evolution, as hybrids may handle new conditions better. With 522 shark species globally, only 1% are known to hybridize, making this finding rare. Scientists now monitor these sharks to understand their impact on marine ecosystems. Now, let's uncover a desert mystery that has baffled scientists for decades with its massive, unexplained design. Number 2. The Maori Man. In June 1998, pilot Trek Smith soared over South Australia's outback near Maree and saw a jaw-dropping sight. A 2.7-kilometer tall geoglyph of an Aboriginal hunter etched into a plateau at Finnis Springs, 60 kilometers west of Mary Township. Called the Maori Man, it covers a 28-kilometer perimeter, ranking as the world's second largest geoglyph after Peru's Sajama lines. Its 30-centimeter deep, 35-meter wide trenches suggest heavy machinery like a grader worked for weeks, yet no witnesses saw its creation. No one's claimed responsibility. In 1998, anonymous faxes to the media, some referencing explorer John McDouall Stewart, hyped the finding, but the maker remains a mystery. Locals whisper about artist Bardius Goldberg, known for space-visible art, though he never confirmed involvement. The hunter, gripping a stick or boomerang, sits just outside the 127,000 square kilometer Woomera Prohibited Area, a military zone. By 1999, native title claimants demanded the land's restoration, and the rains faded the lines. Locals partly restored it in 2016 using GPS mapping. A bizarre 1998 finding, a glass jar with a US flag, satellite image, and Branch Davidian references, only thickens the puzzle. With Australia hosting just 3 major geoglyphs, including 2 in Queensland, this massive artwork baffles scientists who debate its cultural or prank origins. Hold tight, because our top discovery unveils a plant so deadly it's haunted Australia's rainforest for centuries. Number 1. The Gympie tree. Hidden in Queensland's rainforest, the Gympie tree, or Dendrocnide moroides, looks like an innocent shrub with soft, heart-shaped leaves up to 22 centimeters wide. Don't be fooled. This plant, reaching 4 meters tall, is a nightmare. Its leaves and stems bristle with tiny silica-tipped hairs that inject a neurotoxin called gympiotyde, causing pain so intense it's likened to burning acid and electric shocks combined. In 1866, surveyor A.C. McMillan watched his packhorse die within 2 hours after brushing against it near Gympie. In 1963, Ernie Ryder suffered a sting across his face and chest. The torment lasted 2 years, worsening with cold showers. The neurotoxin, stable even in 100-year-old dried specimens, can cause agony for months or years, with no antidote. Found from Cape York to northern New South Wales, it thrives in disturbed areas like forest edges, with 10,000 to 20,000 plants estimated in Lamington National Park's 20,590 hectares. A 2020 University of Queensland study revealed Gympie tide mimics scorpion and cone snail venoms, targeting nerve sodium channels, causing relentless pain signals. Humans face hives, swelling, or hospitalization, though red-legged padmelons eat it unharmed. Wax strips can remove hairs, but the venom lingers. In 2018, a hiker in Daintree National Park was hospitalized after a single brush, underscoring its danger. With 1 to 2 sting cases reported annually in Queensland, this plant, part of the nettle family's 2,000 species, earns its title as Australia's deadliest. We have reached the end. Thanks for joining us on this wild journey through Australia's hidden discoveries. Stick around for more shocking discoveries in our next adventure.